Only be described as a small sewage depot. Priscilla's kitchen was a nightmare. Dirty dishes had been piled there for months. Plates that were once white were now stained as maggots crawled on them. The air smelled like death itself, but the smell had stayed for so long that her nose had learned to live with it. To Priscilla, it no longer felt strange. It was just part of the house. Most days, when she wanted to take pictures, she did not bother to clean. She simply pushed the scattered clothes to one side of the room, just enough to create a small, clear space. Standing in that corner, she would take beautiful selfies and post them on Instagram. Almost immediately, the comments would start to pour in, clean aesthetic. Mama, you are so beautiful. Your skin is so clear. Priscilla would smile to herself as she read them. If only they knew, Priscilla was also in a long-distance relationship with a very handsome young man named Samuel. He lived in the United States, but they met at NYSC orientation camp, where they had instantly fallen in love. Not long after that, Samuel traveled abroad, and their relationship moved online, text messages, voice notes, and long video calls. Whenever Samuel called Priscilla on video call, she stayed on her balcony. One day, Samuel asked, "Why do you always stay on the balcony whenever I call?" She smiled and lied easily. "I just love the fresh air." Samuel nodded, satisfied. Samuel loved food and often talked about how much he enjoyed eating. Priscilla, without hesitation, called herself a chef. She would buy food from fancy restaurants, carefully plate it at home, take pictures, and send them to him. "I made this today, honey," she would say proudly. "Wow, babe," Samuel replied once. "I can't wait to come back and taste your cooking." But each time Samuel asked to watch her cook, she would lie immediately. "Oh babe, I usually get panic attacks. If someone is watching me while I cook." Samuel would laugh and decide not to prolong the matter. But deep down, she knew that if Samuel ever discovered the truth, it would be disastrous. Still, she reassured herself. "I'll just watch cooking videos on YouTube and learn. It shouldn't be that hard." And with that thought, Priscilla continued living her perfect life, beautiful on the outside, admired online, and slowly drowning in secrets she hoped would never be exposed. One evening, while Priscilla was on the phone with Samuel, his voice suddenly became serious. "Babe, I'll be coming back by December," he said. "And I want us to get married." Priscilla went silent. "Samuel, are you kidding me?" she finally asked. "No, babe. I'm serious." Her heart jumped. Priscilla couldn't contain her joy. As soon as the call ended, she dialed her mother's number and shared the news. Her mother was overjoyed. But a small worry crept into her heart. Priscilla doesn't know how to cook. She doesn't know how to clean. How will she survive in marriage? "Mummy, I know what you are thinking, but don't worry," Priscilla said quickly. "I'll learn everything from YouTube before Samuel returns. For now, let's start planning the wedding." The next day at work, Priscilla arrived late as usual, but this time she didn't care. She spent the whole day telling her colleagues about her fiancé. "Oh, he's in the United States," she said proudly. "He's coming back in December for our wedding." She walked around with her head held high, smiling and glowing, enjoying the attention. Every evening, she lay on her couch scrolling through her phone, searching for luxurious wedding gowns. "This one would look so good on me," she whispered, smiling to herself. Cleaning her apartment was the last thing on her mind. Samuel was still abroad, so there was still time. Instead, she moved around meeting event planners and dreaming big. "I'll clean this apartment a few days before he returns," she told herself. "It will be squeaky clean." She had no idea that her habit of postponing everything was about to destroy her happiness. Samuel landed in Lagos earlier than planned on a Saturday morning. He decided to surprise Priscilla. With a bouquet of flowers in his hand and excitement in his heart, he took a taxi straight to her apartment. He couldn't wait to see the woman he planned to marry. Inside the apartment, Priscilla was still sleeping on the couch, snoring softly. Her cockroach roommates rested comfortably nearby. Suddenly, the doorbell rang. She jolted awake. Who could that be this early? She muttered. No one ever visited her. Oh, it must be my mom, she said to herself as she dragged her tired body to the door. The moment she opened it, she froze. Samuel? She screamed in shock. At that exact moment, 2 rats ran out through the open door. Samuel stepped back in disbelief. He checked the room number again to be sure he was at the right place. Priscilla leaned close and hugged him, but Samuel barely hugged her back. Oh, babe, it's just a little mess from last night, Priscilla said quickly, forcing a laugh. It's no big deal. Samuel took a few steps into the sitting room. A strong stench hit him instantly. He covered his mouth, fighting the urge to throw up. Cockroaches ran freely on the walls, bold and fearless. The entire apartment was filthy beyond words. Without saying anything, Samuel dropped the flowers on the floor and ran out. Samuel, wait.